Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today it's a game between MaNa and Serral here on Mech Depot, the Ladder Edition. From WCS Montreal, still plenty of amazing games for me to cast from that pack. Waiting on replays from BlizzCon, and as soon as those post, the next day will be a BlizzCon replay cast on my channel. Alright, so in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Protoss player MaNa from Team Liquid, longtime StarCraft 2 player, community favorite, I would say. And in the top right-hand corner of the map, it is the red Zerg player Serral. Very good on his own right. I believe he plays for ENCE Gaming. So two Europeans going at it here. Serral versus MaNa today. I am ashamed to admit I'm not entirely sure what countries they are from directly, but I know there are a million MaNa fans watching this right now saying, Falcon, you uneducated piece of garbage. You go look up where MaNa's from right now. Alright, fine. Here we go. MaNa StarCraft 2 is from Poland. Ah, did I not know that? There's a lot of good Polish players, actually. And just so that we are going to be fair, we're going to look up Serral here, too. Serral StarCraft 2 is, I'm going to say Finland. Yes, it is Finland. Woohoo! My guess was correct. I shouldn't have had to guess, though. Come on. So Finland versus Poland. So two northern European countries battling it out against each other. I'm sure their countries have a lot of history with each other. I'm not entirely sure if I know any of it other than they both fought against the Nazis in World War II. And there are some really great stories out of Finland, actually. Some really scary kind of Winter Soldier concepts. Like stories within the Nazi army of what they're capable of doing in the winter, in the forests, in Finland. I believe that's the country anyway. Poland kind of just got rolled early by the Nazis. Nobody was really quite sure what they were capable of early, but did set up a nice resistance eventually. Fought pretty hard, but man, when they showed up with horses and stuff versus tanks, it's World War II, kind of took everybody by surprise. It's why Hitler was able to get as much done as he did in the early days of the war, but eventually people caught up, and that tide shifted fairly quickly. Anyway, it's going to be a Stargate opening from the MaNa. We have an Oracle name ready to go in case that's what it is. And Serral just going hatch first, as you can safely do against your Protoss opponent. And trying to block this third base location here is MaNa. Gets a pylon down. And, oh, that is enough. That is enough to block. Is it? Oh, it's just barely not. Oh, no. MaNa tried. So close. Like a pixel off there, man. He could have blocked it. But Serral said, ah, I got blocked. And then said, wait. Doesn't look quite exactly where it needs to be. And it wasn't. That hurts. Anyway, Adept on the way for MaNa. Already has one across the map here. Going to try to see what scouting she can do. See if this third base is a feint or not. At the very least, should be able to see if this has been canceled or if it's going to finish. Overlord scouting on in. Overlord setting up over the natural base. Scouting this gas for MaNa. No gas yet for MaNa, so it's not some kind of a crazy carrier, two-base carrier build at the very least, which we have seen from time to time at this level of StarCraft. And here we go. MaNa is getting an Oracle. This Oracle's name is going to be Viserion, a dragon who will die and be resurrected as an ice dragon for the Night King. Spoilers for something. I feel like it's less spoilery if I don't tell you what it is. So, yep, if you know what that's referring to, good. If you don't, it's probably better that way. So Viserion is out. Wait, is she out? Viserion, where are you? Oh, you're up here protecting this third base location. Wow, really wants to make sure the third base goes down. Overlord speed is done for Serral. These little red dots zipping all over the place are definitely Overlords with the speed upgrade complete. Third base done for Serral. That was not a feint. And third base on the way for MaNa. He's not going to cancel that one either. Void Ray for MaNa. Really wants to get rid of these Overlords. There's really not much else the Void Ray is good for at this point by itself. Pretty bad at harassment. Just because Queen Anti-Air is fantastic. Spore Crawler shaped pretty hard too. And a single Void Ray is not going to get much done on the other side of the map. But in trying to pick off Overlords, they are armored. They take extra damage from their prismatic alignment. That's what you're going to want to do. Is that another Stargate? MaNa's getting 2 Stargates, you guys. What is that all about? This could just be some kind of crazy Sky Toss thing. Got a couple Warp Gates just to survive this early game, but this might indeed be Sky Toss, which I said it wasn't, but he got double assimilator at the natural base now, a little bit later than you'd expect if that's what it is. Check this Overlord out. Not fast enough, even with speed to escape this Void Ray. Kind of resigns himself to his fate. Does supply block Serral, unfortunately for the Zerg player, but good hit by MaNa. Probe's going to transfer up to this third base, and once you're on 3 bases, you can kind of start adding in your carriers if that's what you want. MaNa getting a second Oracle. So we're, oh, actually, is he going Mass Oracle? MaNa. Oh, boy. All right. We're good. Oh, Serral had to kill his own creep tumor to get this fourth base down. That's hilarious. To the left of his third. This is going to be Mass Oracle. We'll see how Serral responds to this. I have not seen Zerg players have a good response to this at all on my channel. So let's see if we can make this thing happen. Another Overlord down by that Void Ray. 2 kills. 2 Overlords is good. 2 Oracles to be seen at this point of the game. Not too crazy. I don't think Serral is going to respond to this too drastically, but getting another Spore Crawler in his mineral line. Again, 2 Oracles. Good. Good enough to do some damage against 1 Queen and a Spore. 1 Oracle. Not enough to do much against an Oracle. Or a Queen and a Spore, but 2. That is a big difference here. Ling attack from Serral. I think he recognizes what's going on here. I think now he sees that Ling does have the Zelnaga Watchtower, so he sees these Oracles all moving on up. He needs to do something now. Ling attack is going to be that thing. Where is... Do you not have a Mothership Core? There's not a Mothership Core for MaNa. He skipped Mothership Core, but there's the wall. This third base is in a lot of trouble here. Is this actually walled? MaNa, you boss. You boss. Actually walling this off. Revelation toss down on those Lings actually did force the Oracles back home, which allows Serral some time to get up some extra static defense to get some more Queens here. Excellent job by Serral. A Ling counterattack, as simple as that seems, was enough to actually delay the Mass Oracle attack and give him some time, or give him some time to prepare. I like it. Queens running around. Creeps connecting all 4 of these bases for Serral. He knows that's important. If these Queens can't get where they need to go, they're in trouble. Queens ready to rock. Picking off one of the Oracles very quickly. Actually, should we name this Mass Oracle group? We should. This is the Bellas. After the events of Pitch Perfect 3, the military actually recruits these young ladies into the Air Force. During their time war against aliens, the Protoss mind control them so they can not only serve as Oracle pilots, but they can perform while doing so. After all, music is not really a Protoss strong suit. So the Bellas are here, being led by Viserion. I believe that's a Pitch Perfect reference, as it says it in the description. I haven't actually seen that movie, or the second one. Heard good things about the first one, though, and I do like Anna Kendrick. Maybe I should watch it some of these days. Infestors and Hydralisks from Serral. He knows what is coming, and is actually might be a transition for MaNa here. He's getting charged for Zealots. He's getting a Templar Archives. He's not going Mass Oracle all the time, but he does have a large group here of 7. And they're just trying to find an opening in which to do anything. It's just not going well at all. 2 Spores, a ton of Queens. These Queens are being extremely mobile for where they need to be. And MaNa, yeah, it looks like he's completely abandoning this Mass Oracle play. It didn't do what he wanted it to do. It got delayed. He's using them as glorified Revelation machines, which is just, it's not enough work for this many Oracles. Main base fairly unprotected here, but, oh, losing another Oracle to Queen Spore Crawler, and the Infestors are coming up to hit them too. So yeah, this creep spread is integral to Serral's ability to defend here, and so far so good from the Zerg player. Lurker Den getting +2 missile attack, getting Burrow Storm on the way from MaNa, and a 4th base here too. So despite the fact that MaNa hasn't been able to do much against Serral, Serral has equally been able to do very little against MaNa in this game. I mean, resources lost is 1,500 for MaNa, 700 for Serral. Pretty tiny for an 8-minute game. It just goes to show Serral had to play incredibly defensively, and MaNa was able to profit off of that too. Fungal does catch. Oh, the Chain Fungal and the Hydras picking off more of those Oracles from the sky. 5 of them are down. The Bellas are taking serious casualties. There are 2 remaining. Wait, 3? Did I misread that? That's a 3, I guess. 3 getting some more Revelations down. Zerglings here at MaNa's attempt at a 4th base. Photon Overcharge doing pretty well against these Lings, though. Does 2-shot them. They must have an upgrade. Do they have an upgrade, or is it just always 2? They have +1 Carapace. But I think... say 30 damage per shot. Zerglings have 35 hit points. Yeah, okay, so even without armor, it takes 2 shots to kill a Ling. That's true. It's never really been a cost-efficient thing for Photon Overcharge to take down Zerglings. They overkill on that second shot by quite a bit, which is something that's real bad. You don't want to overkill when you're attacking anything in StarCraft. Serral is getting a 5th base, just going straight up from where his 4th base is, and oh my, 12 lurkers at a time from Serral. Ready for that sound? There's the sound. There's that lurker sound. All right, so Lurker's moving on out. Got Hydralisks, got Queens marching off creep, got some Infestors here too. Maxed out army from Serral. MaNa sitting at 165. And here we go. It looks like a multi-pronged attack. Ling's going to possibly attack the 4th base. Well, Hydras and Lurkers, splitting the 3rd and 2nd bases here. Trying to warp in some depth to Zealots, actually, to deal with these Hydras coming down the ramp into a lot of Lurker attack, though. Feedbacks on these Queens. They are healing each other up very nicely, though. These Lings, I'm expecting them to go into this 4th base, but there are 2 cannons and a bunch of Zealots here with +1/+1, so maybe not as good of a thing as you would expect. Hydra still threatening this natural base. Immortal count pretty good for MaNa. Did not realize he had this many Immortals, which is what you need against Lurkers for sure. Either air units or Immortals are pretty good. Anything else is going to struggle against them. Colossus outranged them, though, right? I feel like they do. Zealots warping in against this Ling attack, doing very well for themselves. Again, the +1/+1 extremely good against these Lings, even if they do have +1 ground carapace. Fungal on the Immortals. Storm on top of these Queens. Lurker count is still fairly high. There are 10 of them on the ground here. High Templar getting feedbacks on the Queens, too. Not sure how much the Queens actually care about this. Lurker is slowly positioning themselves forward, getting stormed all over the place by these High Templar. Any kills on these High Templar? No, but getting some damage. Zealous coming from the backside, sandwiching what these Lurkers are capable of doing. The Queen's trying to take a lot of the damage. More Hydras joining the party here too. Can they clear out this Lurker den? Not quite able to do it, killing several of them though. 8 Lurkers have been killed. There are still 4 remaining here. And slow march up into this 3rd base location. It's very low econ right now. Hydra versus Immortals. Zealots coming from the backside. Got that +2 armor. Very hard to kill, but managing is Serral here. Lurkers don't do extra damage versus Zealots, but splash damage, anything splash against Zealots is going to be good because they clump up so much. These 3 robotics facilities right at the 3rd base of MaNa. He can't afford to lose these. He really can't do it. Zealots, Immortals popping in 1 or 2 at a time. Observer gets picked out of the sky, so the Lurkers are safe from detection. This is the beginning of the end for MaNa. 171 to 107 total supply. That all 3 of those robotics facilities are gone, and that's it. A good game from MaNa. MaNa is defeated, and Serral was victorious. Little something caught in my throat there. Whew! Really intense 12-minute game. Shoot, according to the replay time, or replay size, that was about the size of a usual 17-minute game. So just insane action all throughout. Oracle's trying to do what they can, but once Serral decided to go on the on the offensive there, MaNa just didn't really have much of an answer. He had the Immortal count, but there were too many Lings and Hydra supporting. The Infestor is very good here too. Archons trying to do what they can, but not great in this situation. 8 kills, 10 kills, 4 kills, 6 kills on those Lurkers. Again, several of their brethren did end up dead. 8 of them actually going down. Resources lost, 11,000 for the Zerg compared to a full 16,000 plus, maybe 17 or so for Serral, losing 8 Oracles. Man, that mass Oracle play did not go well at all for him. I feel like if he had just kind of let the Lings do their thing, wall off, make a couple of depths, chase them away, and let the Oracles push in, might have gotten some damage done on that side of the map, but as it stood, nope, decided to come home and defend that way, and Serral was able to get additional Spore Crawlers up, additional Queens up. His placement of Queens was disgusting. 3rd base, immediately ready for the Oracles to come in. 4th base, ready too. Main base, pretty much ready. I mean, a couple Spores, a Queen, and an Infestor there at the same time. Just good defense, good offense, good reinforcements coming across the map here too. Serral is just a really scary Zerg player, and MaNa wasn't quite able to pull it off today. So that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.